Hey, so this video is about cooking paleo, which it does take some effort and time and a little bit of planning to cook paleo or paleo template or whatever diet you are on. It's really pretty simple. I learned because I've been a dishwasher and prep cook. I learned through that, and I've cooked for a long time. And for at least the past few years, I cook most of my meals. And I try and plan them out every week for at least a week or two. Or I usually cook all the food I need for a day or on one day, and then it will last me through the week. But anyways, a really good book to check out is the 4 Hour Body, or four not 4 Hour Body. Well, actually, the whole 4 Hour series, but the 4 Hour Chef book. And it teaches you the basic cooking skills, knife skills, which are pretty important if you want to prepare pretty much about any food. I think cooking is probably one of the easiest skills to learn. A lot of people, I don't know, just seem to microwave stuff, live off that. And I used to do that, and sometimes I still do because there is some alright microwavable food, but it's important to know how to cook because I think it's really pretty easy skill to learn. But you want to get like a decent knife and the basic kitchen tools like different size pans, whisks, a strainer, peeler, and you can pick up more things as you go along. Yeah, but the book teaches you basically how to cook, and there's also a few books. Rob Wolf, he has a few ebooks, and it's like a budget guide, but it also has some videos on basically how to cook and stuff. So that's pretty awesome. You can also just Google stuff and learn this stuff. I find it better if it's in a book because it teaches you all sorts of things and how to plan out. And I don't usually plan out maybe not all my meals, but I usually pick up a variety of at least a few different vegetables and protein sources, and then I can mix and match them with that, and sometimes rice, and with different herbs, and sometimes I go more Asian, sometimes more American, and also eggs. I like eggs a lot too, and pick up like a variety of spices that you can literally like take like chicken or something and mix like a few spices in some oil, and then that can be a meal. And you can try all sorts of things, but I think the 4 Hour Chef book, it has a lot of good recipes, and also important to know how to make like your sauces, especially if you want to make like marinara, ketchup. Ketchup is pretty easy to learn, and you can make it with a lot less carbs and sugar in it too, which is awesome. But yeah, knife skills are pretty important too, especially if you want to do like certain kind of veggie dishes, and there's a few of them that are actually pretty interesting that use a peeler in a unique way, kind of like a mandolin. And but yeah, that's pretty much it on cooking. You can that's probably one of the only books out there that really teaches you how to cook. There's a lot of cookbooks that have recipes in them. Otherwise, you'd have to go take some cooking classes or go to culinary school. But yeah, other stuff is I usually cook stuff on low temperature typically, and that way it doesn't burn. And 350 is usually the standard oven temperature I use. Let me see. Salt and pepper really should use it on about everything, and they're good seasoning for most things. So is garlic. I sometimes use green onions or scallions a lot of the time in place of onions, especially if you're sensitive to sulfur foods or thiels. They're just onions, but they're a lot milder. And also, when I make gluten-free, I sometimes do gluten-free baking, and I usually use coconut flour, almond flour. Those are the ones I mainly use, or nut flours. I sometimes use tapioca and sometimes use cornstarch, which isn't really the best out there. And you can use some gluten-free grains, but those are iffy depending on how your digestion is doing. But yeah, I wrote a Squidoo article, details it more, and then maybe I'll see if I can upload some videos of me actually making something, and see how that turns out. But yeah, if you feel like checking out my Squidoo, check it out below and give me some comments or tell me what you think.